Totally 5-day classes has been done with my data science journey with one of the academy. Um, and this is actually fifth day video, and but I'm making the day fourth because I already covered two sessions in one video. So let me go through the function programming in Python. Um, so indeed we have covered. Let me scroll from the first, and we have covered what is functional programming, and so what is the key characteristic benefits and the comparison with imperative object oriented. It is mostly of a theoretical concept only, but of course it is very important to learn. Next we learned about core concept. Core concept is nothing but whenever we are printing a is equal to 5, b is equal to 3, and what is c, c when we define c is equal to a plus b, and c will print and 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. So this is a core concept, that is imperative concept, or we can take it like a function, conceptual learning of Python. Now it comes to the lambda function. Lambda function is one of the very important function. It is actually, when I run through the code only, I got to know the difference between the lambda function and define function. So when you are a Python beginner, at least you will know about the define functions, how the usage is. So define function will have a need of minimum three lines of the code. For the code reusability and the code preciseness and cleanliness, the lambda function will be highly useful. And if anyone is very particular into the data analysis and manipulations, the lambda function is very must to know, because it will apply. For example, when you assigning an value to different kinds of variables, definitely you must need this lambda function. Because myself, when I undergone a small data manipulation project just for theoretical level, at the time also I gone through this lambda function. So decorators, let me go to decorators. I think decorators is not been taken up. And let me go to the function, sorry, for next function called a map. Even to be honest, I also not sure about how the map is working. Let me go to that function, pure function. Okay, pure function immutability. And to be frank, I don't know about this. And yeah, recursion, it was very emphasized much. It is very important to know because it is preferred method for iteration functional programming, as loops are generally avoided. So for example, the concept of for loops and while loops, because it will run the iteration on the same same functions for the different variables. It will do the different iteration, but recursion is different from the loops. Okay. For example, finding your way out of a mess by taking a step, then solving the smaller size maze in front of you, and so on. So this is the utility of the recursion. And next is declarative and imperative. It is like telling someone to cook a dinner versus giving them a step-by-step recipe. So this is the difference between the declarative versus imperative. So as I said earlier, benefits of functional programming: modularity, reusability, immutability. Because I quoted the example like lambda, so that's how the modularity, reusability characteristics in functional programming. Immutability, of course, you know it very well. Pure function, declarative code. Parallelism and concurrency, I'm not sure about it. Reduced bugs and improved reliability. I'm sorry, I'm not sure about it. But map function, filter, zip, these are all the very important concepts when it comes to the functional programming. Mm, Code structure, FPIP, object-oriented programming languages that you know very well. Mm, Abstraction mechanism, concurrency, parallelism, testing and debugging, learning curve use cases. No, we didn't cover about this much. We have mainly covered about maps, filters, zip, recursions. So, with respect to functional programming, what I would suggest is to go through the, of course, the nested functions as well. It's a defining the defining the defined functions inside the defining function. Okay, this is one of the functional programming that you must know. And recursion is also, yeah, recursion is for the factorial program, solving factorial program, doc strings. Mm, Doc strings, you can add documentation to a function using doc strings. It's a literal place as a first statement in a function. Okay, it is of very less usage, but of course important to know function annotation. Yeah, so this is what we learned about in the last session. But again, I don't have much clarity to explain this, but I know, but which is very important concept to understand. So you can take the takeaway of from this video is that nested function, recursion, map, filter, zip. These are the important concepts that mm, you should know from this as a takeaway from this video. Map function, higher order function. Okay, that applies to each item of IEEE. So return a map function. Okay. Filter function. Okay, so when we practically do only we will get to know about these details of this function. Yeah, so in short, a lambda function is very important to know. If you ask me to explain this, argument and one-line expression. So in while we will have the conditions, then argument, right? So that's what here also we are mentioning. The one-line expressions is actually the conditions when compared to the while, and the a is actually the variable. Okay. Characteristics of lambda function, sorting, aging. Okay. Difference between lambda function good for performing the short operations. Yes. Decorators. Yeah. So till this we have learned through. So to summarize again, nested function, recursion, map, filter, zip, and lambda function is a very important with respect to the functional programming. So thanks for watching video. Let me come up with the new concepts in further videos.